I was not recording, and that happened. That's not fun. Oh Lord, that came out right. What the hell? Also, going YouTube. Welcome back. This is episode 2 on the maintenance on the daily. We did the wheel bearing and the brakes on this side, pads and rotors, and I only did the recording for the brakes themselves. I didn't do the recording for the fight that I had to do to get that wheel bearing out. But today we are actually tackling the wheel bearing on the passenger side rear. So thank you for stopping by, and let's get to it. All right, guys. So as you can see, I've already started doing the disassembly. I took the brakes out. If you missed out last episode where we did rotors and pads, I'll put a card over here so you guys can go and check it out. So rotors, pads, brake calipers off. Now we're gonna tackle taking that axle nut out and loosen the fasteners from the rear for the wheel bearing, and then the fight begins, taking that wheel bearing out. All right, so the first thing you want to do is this axle nut, they do an indentation to hold it to the axle itself. So you want to go ahead and try to pry that out with a flathead screwdriver or something like that. I already did it. Well, actually, I didn't. I just went ahead and grabbed Mr. Agadaga over here and just went to town and managed to get it loose. If you're doing this and you don't have somebody else to help you with, something that I did, because the wheel bearing is messed up on this, and I could care less about the wheel studs and stuff like that right now. I used the pry bar to hold it and just go ahead and pull that sucker out. So once you have this out, what you want to do, make sure that your axle is not stuck in there, which this one, fortunately enough, it's not. If anything, grab a hammer or something like that and just tap it slightly, just like that, and it should come loose. If whoever worked on this before loop the splines, it should move freely. If not, take your time. The next thing we're going to do is loosen up the bolts in the rear. You're going to need a few tools because two of them are deep. I'm going to show you when I flip the camera around and try to get a good angle for you guys. I'm going to need a deep socket to get in there with some extensions. Your best friend in this situation is penetrating fluid. So if you have WD-40 or PB Blaster or anything like that, soak them up. Last night before I left, I gave it a nice little squirt. I'm going to give it a nice little squirt again today from the back and from the front here to get them loose. So I'm going to try to get you guys in here if this decides to cooperate with me. There you go. So in there, you see that that's the end of the bolt right there. There's 4 of them that you're going to go ahead and try to use some penetrating fluid. Look at the little bad boy right there. Whee! Come on. There you go. Well, oh, that's a good shot. So it's these 4 right there. You want to try to loosen up. And this is the part that I told you that is really deep. You have the spindle here casting on it. It's very deep in here and it's shallow here. So you're going to need some extensions and stuff like that to reach those out. To bring a breaker bar, loosen this sucker because the gun will not take it out, but the breaker bar did. That's the reason why it's called the breaker bar. Alright, so that one's loosened enough. So I'll try to get the top one. This breaker bar that I'm using is friggin' massive. Kind of hard to get it where it's supposed to. Alright, so all 4 of the bolts, 3 there, 1 over there, are off from the back. If you live in New England, this sucker is in there. Not gonna want to move. So what you're gonna do is either get a sliding hammer, which is my least preferred method. It takes a lot of force, a lot of yanking on that thing to get this out. So I'm gonna show you guys the setup that I learned from Mr. Subaru. Shout out to Mr. Subaru. If you guys don't know who he is, go check him out. A lot of good info from the YouTube channel. My preferred method so far is this bad boy right here. You'll see how this goes. All right, guys. Sorry if the footage is a little shaky. My gimbal decided to, I don't know, lose its battery all of a sudden. Maybe this place is haunted. I don't know. The dead are trying to communicate with me. Alejalo San Alejo. Nothing to do with that. Anyway, so this is the setup. I'll put this here, right on the bottom. These two lug nuts. If you're doing this, be prepared to mess those up and get yourself a set of brand new ones. I ordered them from Amazon. Very inexpensive, like OEM style ones. But before we actually go ahead and smack on this and get this wheel bearing out, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna take the wheel speed sensor out of there. It's a 10 mil right over here and get that sensor out, because if not, the axle might smack it and mess it up, and then you have to go back in here and fix that issue. All right, so once you take out your bolt for the wheel speed sensor with your trusty nail, what I like to do, just right with a nose plier, just like that. No big deal. Hopefully that was a good footage for you guys. There it is. All right, so the moment of truth here. Will this setup get it out quick? See how many smacks it takes to get this out. Make sure you go ahead and secure your caliper so it doesn't fall. Might get loose a little bit. Give it a little few agadagas. Have at it again. Bring a little bit of lubricant on it. Might help. The caliper wants to go ahead and do its own thing. I want to go ahead and flip it around. Get a couple smacks on this side too. Seems like it wants to come out. Round two. This is a good way to get you all warmed up if you're cold. Swear to God, the other side was not that difficult. Jesus. Oh, Lord. This is the first time that this has failed me. Jesus. And I think I might have messed this up. I think it's done. Wow. New England vehicles, you suck. Oh wait, my vehicle. I guess I suck. Well, I was not recording, and that happened. That's not fun. Oh, Lord. Well, that came out, right? What the hell? Let me turn this around. How am I supposed to get this out now? Come on. This goes to show that, sometimes things don't go according to plan. Now, I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do? Well, this is something I didn't want to mess around with. Reason why I didn't buy the shoes for the parking brake. So I'm gonna have to take all of this out and spin that in place to break the rust loose. Wish me luck. Well, after using chisels, all kinds of crazy stuff, finally getting this sucker out of here. This method, I'm trying to spin the wheel bearing like that. No, that's not working. Especially when I'm trying to use this freaking $15 freaking air hammer with a tiny little tank. And that did not pan well, but we're making progress. Yes. Woo! Victory! I don't know you like that, but I need a dap up real quick.
I just fixed the fucking car.
No way.
Those fucking kids.
Don't fucking steal my thunder, man. I just got mine done.
This is perfect timing. Wow.
Good shit. All right, so let's see what he's talking about.
So if you go in there and you look at the bottom of that clutch pedal, if you look up to the top, there's a sensor underneath. It's a little brown sensor.
All right.
They had it screwed too far in, so the clutch pedal wasn't allowed to fully return. You see it straight up at the top?
It's difficult to. So where the not where the stopper is, right?
You see that little yellow stopper straight up? Do you see
Like-
that little sensor that's plugged into it? That was screwed 15 threads inward.
Oh, I
so
see.
it wasn't allowing the pedal to travel fully to the top. So there was air stuck in the system. So after 6 months...
I don't know if you guys saw that, but whatever. I'll try to find a diagram of some shit. As you can see, I managed to get the second part of the wheel bearing out. That was a struggle. I'm sorry for the camera angle. I'm learning, so bear with me, guys. But this is what we're gonna have to be dealing with right now. You gotta knock out the other part of the wheel bearing out of the brake shield. So on the other one, which I wish I would have recorded before, how you say that this whole thing came out one piece, no problem. I didn't have to struggle the way I'm struggling with this one right now. And I forgot the hammer, so I'll be back. All right, so what we got to do is knock it out of here. I left this soaking on penetrating fluid overnight. That's not the object, this is the object. Just like that, out it comes. Oh my god, this has been crazy. Why are you bugging? There you go. Gimbal and bananas, right? So, but now we just gotta go ahead and clean all this rust out. Put some anti-seize on it so that way next time, hopefully there's no next time, this doesn't happen again. Get out as much as we can and find the wire brush. Follow the item. Use power tools if you have to. Not so much if you have to, but if you have them, use them. So we cleaned that up a little bit. All this oil that is on it needs to go. So grab your parts cleaner, spray clean, get it bone dry. Follow this damn gimbal, man. Furtherly, as we grow on this channel, you can get a parts cleaner. And I can just dunk this for a few minutes. They come in with a brush, just get all this gunk out. But that all depends on how good I do my videos and how you guys like it. And we'll go from there, right? You want to get all the oil out of here because you don't want none of that oil to be going into your brand new brakes. We're just gonna mess them up, gonna cut the performance out of it, and we don't want faulty brakes, right? My favorite video game is Need for Speed, not the Need for Stopping, but sometimes you gotta be able to stop. All right, that's pretty clean. We're gonna go ahead and clean this surface because this is the mating surface onto the hub. Clean this up with the wire brush as well, best as we can. A lot of rust build up there. Clean the high spots. That way this doesn't sit lopsided. Especially this one here. I think this was me. Just using the chisels. I moved some metal around. All the high spots are gone, at least in the mating surface. I'm gonna put anti-seize on this. So we're just gonna go ahead now and trying to clean this out in here and all this mating surface. You can just go ahead and move this around as you clean. You could just loosen up the spindle and remove this out of the way and then go ahead and clean it, whatever, but we're not doing all that today. So just gonna grab wire brush here. Gonna have to do some filing here too. Mess that up. Well, that sucks. Quickly enough, I got more. I'm satisfied with that. Not 100% clean, but like I said, I'm gonna put anti-seize on it. Be sure that the splines are clean. All right, so now we have to put this in with the wheel bearing here and get the bolts on the back inside. I'm just gonna grab the anti-seize and freaking get it in here. Even though these bolts didn't give me too much trouble to get him out of here, it's just good practice. Code him. Nice. Then I'm gonna grab all 4 bolts, which I also coated with the anti-seize. Gonna be a pain in the butt to do it from this side. Right there. All of them are in there. We're just gonna grab our plate for the dust shield, coat the back, coating everything here today, huh? If I ever have to do this again, I don't want to have to fight like I did trying to get this sucker out. Now the back is nice and coated. Sucker's in like that. The tops here are rusty. Now, suspect in question is the wheel bearing itself. I get it in there and thread those bolts nice and easy because you don't want to cross thread them. You don't want to get nothing here. You're trying to get it as straight as possible. If you clean this well enough, it should go nice and easy. Grab your wheel bearing, grab the axle, make sure it goes in. Try to thread from the back, just a couple threads just to make a catch. Grab your trusty 14 mil with your ratchet wrench if you find it, which I don't know where I put it. Don't fall. Oh, there it is. Right under my leg. Remember, just nice and easy. Make sure that it catches on a cross thread. That one went in as well. And then your extension, the other 2. There you go. Nope. See if I can get this done. Nobody said that this was easy. Oh, it caught. Nice and easy went in. And I think I caught that one too. Or not. No, I did. All right. So now you're just gonna go and do a little bit at a time on all of them, so that way it goes in even. At this point, you wanna probably just wiggle it in. If not, wait until it gives you a little bit of pressure, and just for the next one, don't smack your knuckles. All right, so those you're gonna go ahead and torque to, if I'm not mistaken, 48 foot-pounds of torque. If you guys are a fan of Mr. Subaru, he goes by Newton meters. I don't like that, so 48 foot-pounds of torque. All right, so just like that, wheel bearing is in. Just make sure that you take your time. Something like that happens. You guys are probably gonna guess what I did. I just went on YouTube and saw some other videos of people doing other stuff. I tried to go ahead and do the air hammers, didn't pan out. I'll link the video from where I found it. If you guys actually have a decent air tank and a decent air hammer, y'all can go ahead and try to do it that way. For me, I'm limited. Hand tools it is. I had to chisel. That has its drawbacks. As you guys saw, I had to go ahead and file some high spots because the metal decided to go ahead and move in different places. Don't let the car beat you. Beat the car when it comes down to turning wrenches and when you're doing Mexico things. All right, so with that being said, thank you so much. This is the end of the video here. I hope you guys liked it. Y'all know what to do. Every single YouTuber out there says it. I'm not gonna tell you because y'all adults. Y'all know what to do. Help your boy out. All right, to close out this video, I'm gonna go on a little test drive after replacing the wheel bearings on the car, right? Just gonna go on the highway real quick and see if we get any awful noises. I'm gonna put a clip on how the Forester was driving with the noise and in comparison to how it's driving right now. It's so good, so good. Finally, no weird noises, no none of that stuff. It was bad, really bad. So don't mind the noise. I gotta fix the wheel bearings on this thing, but got it done. After all that fighting, we didn't let the car beat us. We had victory. Don't let the car beat you, man. Do what you need to do. A lot of people give up on their vehicles, end up scrapping them, selling them away. Don't let it beat you, man. Keep doing your research. Keep trying to figure out new things. Walk away from it when you get all pissed off. Zen yourself, and then go back at it again. So eventually, you're gonna figure out what's the issue with the car, and you're not gonna have weird noises. Right now. Alright, so that's it for this one, guys. Getting on the highway right now, doing about 60, and cruise control on, no noise. Nice. See you in the next one.